The Skullcandy Crushers. They're good at some things, they're bad at others. Are these for you? Let's find out. Alright, let's go over a few of the key features on the Skullcandy Crusher wireless headset and why I enjoy them so much. First off, Skullcandy did such a great job at making the controls very intuitive for when you don't necessarily want to look at buttons and figure out, what you're pressing, what's volume up, what's pause, all those different things. You'll see actually on the right side of the headset, you've got your volume rocker up toward the top. It's actually very, I would say tactile. When I am running on the treadmill, when I'm doing anything out on a day-to-day basis, and I go ahead and put my hand up there, I know exactly what button I'm going to be pressing, what it's going to be doing. It's very responsive. You feel the click, and that's something that you want. I don't want to be guessing when I, bring my hand up to actuate any of the controls. So you've got your volume up button on the very top. You've got the circular button in the middle. And then you've got your negative volume button down below. If you hold the plus or the minus button, it will actually skip the track for you. The middle button between the two of them will actually activate Siri if you're on an iOS device, or that's your power on, power off. You hold that in and it will go ahead and do either one of them. There is actually a status light as well, right above the plus button, and that will show you if it's on or it's off. And it has a voice on the inside that will go ahead and tell you if you're on, or if it's pairing, or it's going to tell you if the device is being turned off. So in order to go ahead and pair it to a new device, you would just hold in the power button and it will say power on. You wait a few seconds and then it will say pairing, and that way you're very sure that it's going to be pairing to your new device. So it's very helpful. One of the other things that I really like about this is that it's got the ear cups around the actual headphone themselves. One of my biggest pet peeves with headphones is the ones that go over the ear, but they go on top of the ear. Especially with someone with earrings, that gets really annoying really quickly. So if it goes over the ear, not only does it create a better sound seal around your head, actually better privacy. If you're on phone calls, you're not gonna have anyone else hearing what you're saying, so you have that luxury. If you're listening to music pretty loud, I've noticed that it does pretty well at isolating the sound to just in the headphone itself until you cross about 3/4 volume, and at that point it does have a little bit of a bleeding effect into the environment around you. So there's that. Now, one of the amazing things that's so intuitive about Skullcandy is that on the left side in the back you do have your bass adjustment knob. Now this does see some wear and tear pretty quick because the tolerances are so tight on the headphone, but if I'm listening to rock one day, I can turn that down and have way less bass. If I'm listening to, EDM and electric music, I can go ahead and turn that up. It is such a fun experience. The bass is earth shattering, to give you an honest opinion. In fact, sometimes I have subwoofers in my car, and I think that the Crushers give me a more bassy, immersive experience to the point where I actually have to turn it down with some songs because it actually drowns out a majority of the songs. It's so bassy. So that is something to be aware of. Now, one thing I do want to touch on real quick is the durability with these headphones. They've got so much flex in them, which is awesome. I can take them off really quickly, put them back on. I can toss them around, whether it's into my car, onto my bed, or after a long day. This thing is going to handle the beating that you throw at it. I've dropped it into puddles. It's seen a lot of water, and it still continues to kick even through that. So I love them. All right, so we went over some of the good. Now we've got to touch on some of the bad if you're going to be making a purchasing decision to find out if these headphones are really right for you. So that being said, I do find that whenever I go to the gym with these on, of course you've got 20, 30 other people that also have headphones, and Bluetooth seems to be the favorable option. So if you walk in there, you've got your phone paired. I've noticed that I do have some issues with skipping as well as pausing my music at random times. If there is a lot of people in there, and I'm thinking that there's just so much Bluetooth frequency, and the signals get interrupted, and they kind of cross over each other. So I do think this is mitigated quite a bit with the aux cord that it does come with. It comes with the aux cord and kind of a carrying case for it. But then you have the problem of a wire, and if you're working out, the last thing you want is to be dealing with a wire while you're lifting weights. So it's another thing to consider. Now, another thing that I want to touch on is the battery life on these. Skullcandy brags up to 40 hours of battery, and I have absolutely seen that to be the case. I've even left this in my cold car, and cold environments are more detrimental toward batteries and the longevity of them. And I turn it on after it's been in the car for a few days, and it's still sitting right at 80%. If you are concerned about your headphone dying really quickly, that's really nothing to be concerned about with these. With the bass adjustment being all the way up, that does tend to drain it a little bit more, obviously, but even with that at max, I still get plenty of battery time. So in conclusion, who are these headphones for? Now, in my eyes, these headphones are for anyone that is a really big bass head that wants a pair of headphones that stay very secure to your head. You don't have to worry about falling out. That like to have privacy due to the seal around the ear when you've got them on. These headphones are not for people that are looking for a device to listen to their music with a small profile. They are fairly big. They're not very discreet. There are definitely bigger headphones out there, but I do notice that they can get in the way sometimes when I'm either working out or I'm trying to pack them away in a bag if I'm traveling. They do fold. They've got two different points that they fold inwards, but they're fairly bulky. So that concludes my thoughts on the Crusher wireless headphones. I absolutely recommend them, but there are a few things worth noting if you were to purchase them. If you liked this video, there's going to be plenty more in the future, so stay tuned. Thank you.